Hi everyone, welcome to the video. In this video we are going to be learning about AWS Lambda. So what is AWS Lambda? AWS Lambda is a serverless compute service that lets you run code without provisioning or managing servers. We just need to upload our code and AWS takes care of the infrastructure for us. From provisioning the infrastructure to auto scaling, from networking, everything will be handled by AWS. AWS Lambda supports multiple programming languages like Python, Node.js, Golang, Java, and many more. AWS Lambda can be used for event-driven architectures, for data processing, for creating REST API, for backends, and many more. So what is serverless? Serverless is a cloud computing concept that lets you run applications without managing servers. No EC2, nothing. So serverless doesn't mean that there are no servers. Servers are still there, but they are actually managed by the cloud providers and we don't have anything to do there. So they are kind of abstracted from us. Some of the AWS serverless services are AWS Lambda, RDS, S3 API, S3 API Gateway, EFS, AWS Fargate, and many more. So let's head over to the AWS console and create our first Lambda function. Okay, so I'm in my AWS console and I'll head over to AWS Lambda. I already have a few functions created here. So let's click on create function. Select author from scratch. There are other two options as well, but we'll see it in the later part of the video. So give a name to your function. I'll be naming it lambda yt. Select runtime of your choice. You can select from Node.js, Python, Java, and Ruby. Keep the architecture as x86-64 and create a new role with basic Lambda permissions. So just click on create function. It might take some time for this function to be created. Okay, so our function is created now. You can see the pop-up message here. And if you scroll down a little, you will see the basic code which is already provided here. So this is the default code which is provided by the AWS when you create a function. And to test this code, you can click on this test button here. You need to create a new event. I'll name it test event and I'll click on test. So you can see our Lambda function got executed successfully, and here's the message that we got from the Lambda function, which is hello from Lambda, and it was defined here as well. So yeah, that was the basic of creating a Lambda function, and now I'll show you some of the advanced features. So I'm in my Lambda console right now, and I'll show you what is a Lambda handler. A Lambda handler is a default code which runs whenever we invoke our Lambda function. So if you scroll down to the bottom of the page, you will see this field here called handler, and it's index.handler. So this handler is made up of two things. One of them is the file name followed by the function which is defined in this file. So if you scroll up, this is our file which is called index.mjs, and the name of the function is handler. So this is how it is created. And right now, if I were to modify the name of this function, for suppose I name it main and I deploy this code, so our code is deployed, and now if I invoke this function, it will start throwing an error. Click on test and you see it failed. It failed because index.handler is undefined and or not exported, because Lambda function couldn't find the default function which was supposed to be run. So how you can modify it? Well, there's an option to modify it. You can just click on edit and index, instead of index.handler I will write index.main now. Okay, so Lambda function is updated now. Let me again click on test and see if it works. Click on test and you see it worked. So this is what a Lambda handler is. You can modify it according to the requirement, and for different functions this might differ according to the different runtime which we use. So yeah, that's it. I'll see you in the next part. Hi, in this video we will be learning about function URL. So a function URL is a dedicated HTTPS endpoint for your Lambda function. which can be used to invoke the Lambda function. It supports two types of options. One of them is AWS IAM, which allows only authenticated users and AWS roles to invoke this Lambda function. And the other one is none, which means anybody with a Lambda URL can invoke the Lambda function. How we can create a function URL for our Lambda function. So if you see here right now, a function URL does not exist for this Lambda function. So scroll down and go to the configuration section and click on function URL. Click on create function URL, and the authentication type could be AWS IAM or none. For this demo purpose, I'll use none, and I'll click on save. So now our function URL is created. Now I can invoke our Lambda function using this URL. So I'll click here and you can see the output hello from Lambda, the same as the one that we were getting here. Hi, so let's see what are Lambda versions. A Lambda version is a snapshot of your Lambda function code and configuration at a specific point in time. Versions allow you to manage different iterations of your functions, thereby enabling safer deployments and rollbacks. After you publish a function version, its code, runtime architecture, memory layers, and most other configuration settings are immutable, which means they cannot be changed. And if you want to make modifications, you need to publish a new version there. Versions enable us to test new changes in our code without modifying or changing the main instance of our function. So let's head over to the AWS console and see how versions work. Okay, so I'm in my AWS console and here is a Lambda function that we created earlier. If you scroll down, you will see this versions tab here. I haven't published any version yet, so let me just click on publish new version. Okay, but before publishing this version, let me make few changes in my code so that we can distinguish between different versions. So instead of saying hello from Lambda, I'll just say this is version 1. I'll deploy this code. Okay, so the code is deployed. Now I'll go to the versions tab. I'll click on publish new version, and for the description I'll say this is the first version of my application, and I'll click on publish. Okay, so this version is created and you can see it using this version 2 here. Okay, now if I go to my code tab again, you see I cannot make any changes. Now I'm not allowed to make any changes. Even if I do it, it says that it's read only, because once you publish the version you cannot make any modifications to your code. And to now publish a new version, I'll again go back to the Lambda tab. So this is my main tab where my function exists, and if I go to versions tab, I'll see this version here which is published, which is called as version 2. Now I'll make change to this code and I'll publish another version. This is version 3. I'll click on deploy. Okay, so the code is deployed again. I'll again go to versions. I'll click on publish new version, and for the description I'll say this is the third version of my application. I'll click on publish, and another version is created here. So if I again go back to the main tab, and if I head over to versions, I'll see there are two versions which are created. This is the version 2, and if you go to the code tab, you'll see that this is the version 1 which I published. And even if I click on test, let me head over to the test tab here, click on test event, we click on save. You see the output, it says this is the version 1, but that is not going to be the case with the version 3. So this is how you can make different versions of your application and you can test different changes. Hi, in this module we will be creating a simple demo application using AWS Lambda. So here's an overview of the application. We'll create a Lambda function in our AWS account and expose the application using the Lambda function URL. Then the users will be able to access the application using the URL which is provided to them. So let's head over to the AWS console and start creating this function. Hi, let's create our demo web application using AWS Lambda. So I'll click on create function, and I'll select author from the scratch. For this I'll name demo web application. For the runtime I'll go with Node.js 22.x and I'll keep the architecture as x86-64, and for the role I'll click on create a new role with basic Lambda permissions. I'll click on create function. Okay, so our Lambda function is created. Now I'll head over to the GitHub repository and copy a bunch of code from here. I'll copy this entire code and I'll paste it here. Okay, so what this code does is it just selects the HTML file from our directory and then it exposes it to the users. So for that I'll also need to create a index.html file here. And for creating the content of the index.html, I'll head over to ChatGPT and I'll write a simple prompt to create a simple index.html file that says hello from Lambda. Okay, so we got the code. I'll just copy it. I'll paste it in index.html. Well, now I'll deploy this code. So our code is deployed. Now what we need to do is we need to enable function URL for our application. So I'll go to configuration. I'll go to function URL and I'll click on create function URL. And for the authentication type, I'll keep it as none because I want everybody to access this application. So our function URL is created. Let's just copy it and try to open it in the browser. And you can see hello from Lambda. So yeah, that's it in this video. I'll see you in the next one.